decade ago, pop bands were splashed across the charts and bedroom walls of a generation.
We have arrived.
But as fans grew up, the bands split up, and for many, the dream became a nightmare.
I guess I was a ticking bomb, and the bomb exploded.
Nothing felt complete. I think I just went on a downward spiral.
Now, 6 of those biggest groups are brushing up their dance moves and warming up their vocal cords.
Hey!
For an epic one-off reunion gig. Previously on the Big Reunion.
It was Beatles pandemonium.
#1 single and #1 album. Things had literally gone overnight.
Pop's golden boys and girls conquered the charts, but behind the scenes there were tears.
I just remember it being heartbreaking.
I just wanted someone to say, like, what's wrong? And no one ever did.
Tantrums.
He slammed me into this glass door.
I didn't like her.
And tales of excess.
I was just like a walking hormone.
We caned it.
That shit gets addictive.
The Honeys took a rocky ride down memory lane.
When you left, you didn't say anything.
And after Jay wanted nothing more to do with the band, 5 vowed to keep on moving, starting a manhunt for a new member.
I don't think we're looking for someone who's gonna look like Jay, act like Jay. We're just looking for a 5th member.
Not a massive fan of the idea of getting somebody else. I'm not.
5 bad boys with the power to rock you, blowing your mind, so you gotta get into 5. What you waiting for? If you want it, 3, 2, 1, let's do it.
5 years, 3 #1s, 20 million records, and 8 tons of sportswear. At their height, 5 were one of the biggest bands on the planet. But in 2001, they shocked the world.
We have actually finished now as of today. 5 are no more.
Now, 5 are about to hook up for the first time in 6 years. To keep the peace, they're meeting on neutral ground at manager Chris's house.
As far as being in a room together, this will be the first time, so it's quite monumental, really.
There's always fears, you know, is it going to work, is it not going to work, is the dynamic still going to be there?
Hello, mate.
What, the first, second, third, what's going on?
Good to see you, all right?
Sparkly-eyed Richie has flown in from Australia and has mixed feelings about seeing the boys.
Like, excitement and nervous are very similar emotions and very similar feelings, and I can't really tell you which one I am.
Shitting myself, absolutely shitting it, really. I've gone funny in the head. It's all playing tricks on me. My biggest fear of going in there, that it just feels completely wrong and I want to go home. This is where the journey really begins.
A little bit, not anxious, but just a little bit interested in seeing what everyone's been up to and what they're looking like. And I hope I don't say nothing too rude, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, you look terrible.
Where do we start?
Sorry, you're a bit late.
Sorry, I'm apologising for
Take your boots off.
Apologies.
Take your boots off. Long time no shizzle.
How long has you seen Rich for?
We had a coffee in London.
I don't understand you, mate.
Is that before you was Australian? Or?
Yeah,
we had a coffee in London.
I need a translator. I don't know what you're saying.
Do I sound Aussie then?
Completely.
To you?
Listen, you
Do
sound like an Australian Brummie.
You sound like
a Essex
a Brumalian.
Think you're speaking South African, ain't you?
4 years after the split, Richie escaped to the other side of the world to start afresh.
It's just really nice to sort of meld in and just be the normal member of the public and not have that kind of constant recognition and stuff, you know? It's liberating.
But there were darker reasons for Richie's exodus. Five's sudden split flung the former heartthrob into an existential black hole.
I just kept losing it more and more of what I wanted to do. I was smoking a lot of weed and I was drinking every day. I basically reclused. People would recognise me in supermarkets and stuff, and they'd be like, oh, you know, you're from Five and la la la, what are you doing now? I just remember every time they'd ask me that question, another little part of me inside would die. Actually, you know, the little voice in my head was like, you haven't got a clue. Felt like I was free-falling, and all of a sudden I wedged myself between two cliffs, and I was like, right, okay, no more. Like, I'm not falling down anymore.
Moving to Oz saved him from a post-pop meltdown, and Richie started to get his life back on track.
I opened Gorilla Restaurant and Bar, put a lot of blood, sweat and tears into it, and yeah, got it open and got it across the line.
But that's not all he'll be leaving behind.
Oh, thanks. My other half is called Charlotte. She's fantastic, absolutely love her to pieces.
I think, you know, we've had long conversations about it, and I know he's doing what he needs to do, and I'm just going to do whatever I need to do to get through the time. So how long do you reckon you'll be over there for?
I don't know.
It's just one of those ones, huh?
Going back into it, it's always been so far away, and I've been the other side of the world. So, yeah, a little bit nervous, but also, like, super excited.
What I'd like to know is, why do you want to do it?
Why do I want to do it?
Yeah. What does this mean to you? Why do you want to do it?
Do you know what, actually, for me, one of the big things is walking out on stage in front of thousands of people is really fun.
Do you miss it?
I don't miss being in a band and I don't miss being famous, but I did really enjoy walking out and going, yeah. You know when your ears, remember that thing when they'd scream and your ears would go, wah, 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 wah. You know?
Do that again, just one more time.
Wah, 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 wah.
So you want to experience that again? You'd like to experience that again?
Yeah, one last time, one last crack.
For me, it never felt right the way we split.
Yeah. What's Ab's feeling?
I don't even remember anything. I really don't.
Get off my parsley, man.
Always the party boy of the group, Abs has swapped his rock and roll antics for the quiet life in rural Lincolnshire with his girlfriend Vicky.
This is the view I wake up to every day. Like every morning I wake up, sometimes I'm in my pants and I kind of hold this position. I'm like this. Who wouldn't want this right here? Just space. I love my dogs right now. They're my life. They bring me so much joy. I've got 2 horses as well, and at the moment I had 10 chickens, I've got 4 left. So that's my world right now, and I've got a beautiful girlfriend that keeps me balanced. She saved my life through my eyes because I was on quite a road to self-destruction. It's kind of my little den that I come and hang out at and make a bit of music and reflect over the years. I don't know, it's quite strange. It's quite strange to look back and reflect on it, but I don't know, I see like a little boy, man, just a little boy, just clean shaved and innocent. But apart from that, man, it's reminiscent, it's good times still. After the band split up, I had a solo career for a little bit.
Was perfect, was she worth it? A dangerous game she had to play.
And then I went for about 5 years just being this boy out of a band that's living life and he's got money, and there we go, we're spending it. I was in this lifestyle of champagne and cars and fancy clubs and restaurants and being Mr. Thinks he knows it all. Because I had this idea that I'm all right, I'll always have money, and I was partying for about 5 years on and off, and then I basically went bankrupt.
With no cash and a solo career hurtling towards the dumper, Abs met an agent who promised to put his career and financial troubles back on track.
I had trusted him, and he felt like he was a brother to me, you know, somebody like in the darkness when I've got no family and no one else around. I sold my house, was $250,000, that was my profit that I had left. This so-called friend was gonna hook me up with an account and a house to live in again and get me all sorted and on that track. 3 months later, he just kind of disappeared. Like, he wouldn't answer my calls. He's got 250,000 of mine and he's not answering my calls. Every day felt like a year living in hope that this guy's gonna go, Abs, I've got your money, here's your account, here's the money back.
It wasn't just the money, it was the betrayal.
Yeah,
the money hurt.
I know,
it was like, what now? What the hell am I gonna do?
He's taken everything I own. I've got nothing, literally nothing. I'm a tramp.
Desperate, despondent and down and out, Abs took matters into his own hands.
One day I woke up and I went after him. And cut a long story short, I got arrested. And I'm sitting in this shitty cell, man, with a toilet and like a little foam mattress. And I'm sitting there thinking, where's the justice in this, man? Where's the justice?
Coming up, life after 5 gets even darker for Abs.
Weed hanging out of my mouth and cocaine all over.
It was like there was a demon. There was something dark around you.
Yeah, that was what my life was worth, how you're gonna go out.
And when the lads are reunited, things get explosive.
Why did you chuck me down the stairs?
Because I lost the plot.
What's your problem?
Shut up a minute. Finish what he's saying. You're walking around like you've got some halo on you, like, oh, it was angelic me.
No.
If you told me.
No.
The lads from 5 have come together for the first time in 6 years. After the brutal breakup in 2001, 5 all fell on hard times, but Abs hit rock bottom hardest of all. Bankrupt, depressed and betrayed by his agent, Abs had stopped loving the wildlife and ended up living with it.
I was quite stubborn. I didn't ask anybody for anything. I lived upstairs in a bakery, in my cousin's bakery, for about a month or 2 with rats. And I'm thinking, this is getting a bit too close. The rats are getting too friendly. You know, I'm waking up in the morning and there's a rat looking at me like, go get me some of that cake that's downstairs. It's just a little bit like, this isn't right.
Broken, Abs turned to another stranger to save him. It proved to be a very dangerous liaison.
While I was partying, I met this wealthy woman. She basically took me under her wing. She gave me a place to stay in St. John's Wood in this fucking mansion. I had maids. I was running around with royalty and celebrities were coming back to the house. It was party central. We was partying for 3-4 days straight. I would wake up in the morning and my breakfast would be every drug, every drink, like lemon sorbet with vodka, like as a breakfast. Weed hanging out of my mouth. Cocaine made me just think like, this isn't right, this isn't right. This dude offered me a Bentley to spend the night with him.
No,
Remember I told you?
Lowering the tone there.
And I did have a second of like, oh man, Bentley GT.
I'm concerned about the amount of time
and
you
I smelt the leather. For 1 second, I smelt the leather. And I visualised it and I was like, man, he would want to annihilate me. So,
Lowering the tone again.
I'm being honest, that's where I was at in my life. I'll be finding 80-odd grand diamond earrings, Chopard watches. I had 25 to choose from with diamonds that rolled around the face. You couldn't even tell what the time was. You know what I'm saying? It was pathetic. It's a stupid lifestyle. Made me just think like, this isn't right, this isn't right. You're basically a pet. You're a pet. It wasn't my life. I wasn't allowed to be me. I had to be someone else. And that person was on his way out, easily.
Abs was thrown a lifeline when he met his girlfriend Vicky, but he was still hell-bent on self-destruction.
I felt like I had nothing to lose. I'd done it all. Had money, spent it, been there, done it. What else is there? What else is there? I just felt I was ready to die. It was a series of events.
It was gradual,
but
there was.
That slowly just took me lower and lower. And I mean, it was just before I met you, really. I was on my way down, I guess.
It was like there was a bit of like a demon. There was something dark around you.
That's what I'm saying.
And it was literally like Jekyll and Hyde.
I was at a gig and I smashed this bottle of red wine and it went everywhere. And I saw blood. I didn't see wine, I saw blood. And I just saw a sharp piece. And I remember just slicing myself like that, just cutting myself quickly, man.
You were really, really fighting with yourself. That was the worst.
It was like trying to get out of this skin. I was thinking that was a good way to make a front page. That was what my life was worth, how you're gonna go out. And looking back, I don't see that like me. I don't see that that's who I am anymore. And I look back on that person and I wanna give him a hug. You know what I'm saying?
It's been a long and winding road to recovery, and Abs now lives on a farm away from the temptations of the city.
The biggest bonus out of everything is I found this place, this person in me that I actually like.
Right here is a bit of tobacco that I grow. This, I think, is some lavender right there we've got going. I started off doing gardening in like a nice pair of white jeans and looking all spick and span, but these days you kind of just go with the flow because you're gonna get pretty dirty. But I think I'm quite natural at it. If I just pull out one of these carrots for you, I've been practicing growing curly carrots. Yeah, see how? Look, check out these curly carrots there, see that? That's a curly carrot, so Abs could be potentially moving into the farming world. I feel like it's unfinished business, man, still. Like, you know what I'm saying? Really, like, I didn't want to split up the first time we split up, man. I was like, no. I remember Rich coming up to me on the rooftop somewhere, and he said to me, like, listen, after this, we're calling it a day. You cool with it? And I was like, no, I'm not.
Abs wanted to keep the rock and roll dream alive, but Scott couldn't wait to get out.
We broke up on the 27th of September 2001. And I got married on the 28th of September 2001, the day after. And it was like shutting a book on one life and starting a book on another. So what I've been up to for the last 11 years would be being a family man. I've got an 11-year-old boy and I've got a 6-year-old son. Who are you going out with now?
No, I got a girlfriend no more.
Yes, you have.
At the time, Scott was happy to jack in fame, fortune and quivering fans for a life of domestic bliss, but it was still a battle to move on from Five.
I just found it hard to deal with not being in the band. I went to some counselling for anger management. So, you know, sometimes just a little bulb goes off in my head and I get very, very angry about anything. I wouldn't call it a full nervous breakdown that I had, but to be that famous to doing nothing is a very, very hard road. I'm very lucky. And had I not have had family support, yeah, I reckon I could have crumbled.
You love watching Dad, don't you?
Yeah, sing one.
We shouldn't have quit. We should have just said, can we have some time off to sort our heads out? Wish we had done that, so that's the only regret. I've been carrying the torch for Five. I've been trying to get this band back together for years and years and years.
11 years after the split, and Scott has finally got his reunion. But as the Five boys regroup, can they put their turbulent past behind them?
For me, if we're going to do this, we've got to work through bullshit. Like all that superficial, like not say, like I want to know exactly how you felt.
Everyone's going to have a different opinion of it because everyone's had a different experience.
I definitely have feelings that, like, nobody quite understood each other's position in the band. We were from such different upbringing, different, like, places.
Nah, me and you weren't cool, man.
No, we weren't for about 4 months.
I was like, who is this dude? Seriously, I'd never encountered like a being like you. From where I come from, I don't know, it was weird to me.
Yeah, there was a split in the band.
There wasn't a split.
It started,
Yeah.
from my personal point of view, when we first got in the band, me and you were like so close. And I actually felt in the band, I felt that I lost you as a friend. And it was horrible because I thought, wow, the relationship I had with Sean has been completely destroyed. I went from thinking you were fantastic to not liking you very much because of the person that I felt that you had become.
When Sean joined the band at 15, it was a dream come true for the unassuming child prodigy who was writing music aged 9.
I just love music. I mean, that's where it all began, and that's the thing that sustains me. That's why I'm here.
This is like my lyric book. This is just full of
songs. Whether it's cheesy pop music, classical music, soul music, you know, to me it's the same 12 notes, and just that's what I'm about.
But his years in Five under Jay's influence turned his passion into his downfall.
Me and Jay were like brothers, and he was like to me, you know, he was like, listen, you know, this band we're in and the music we're doing, basically it's cheesy pop and it's shit. So I took it all on board as a 15-year-old, and I was like, yeah, he's right, we're not cool. But somewhere in the middle, he changed his attitude, embraced it, loved it, and became the big pop star. And sort of left me behind. But I didn't change. I embraced the negativity. That's what destroyed me mentally.
Unable to cope, he called it quits when Five were at their peak, turning his back on a fortune. And it's taken years for him to be able to face his painful past.
When I first sort of came out of the band, I did everything I could to get away from the industry and listen to the music. I never watched myself on TV. I just closed it off. 2 years ago, I watched The Brits for the first time on YouTube. Somebody told me it looked good.
He spent the past few years pursuing a solo career, as yet without success.
There's time before you go.
But can finally see Five as a positive part of his life.
I want to get to a point where we finished the show at Hammersmith Apollo, and we say, finally, we embraced it, we enjoyed it, and it's a beautiful thing.
Sean's decision to leave was the beginning of the end for Five, so some epic bridge buildings needed.
When I really left, did you hate me?
Absolutely, 100%, not even that much.
I think everyone was too tired to feel
whatsoever.
angry, Sean.
When the band ended, you know, I want you all to know that it was the hardest decision for me, and it was a selfish decision. My decision has affected everybody's.
Of course it has, yeah.
I didn't want it to end. I wanted to keep going,
I always
man.
thought you did, man.
No,
That's what
I thought Ed was
I
the
did.
only one.
Fuck this, I want a solo career, and I thought he wanted a solo career, and he was like,
No,
fuck this,
no,
let's just end it
no.
now. And I'm like, what, wait.
I think that everyone played their part. Everyone played their part in being horrible at times. I mean, you know, what an annoying fucker I could be.
Remember when I got you in the headlock and we went tumbling down the steps?
I do remember that.
Listen to me, right? Stop making a joke of it, because you know it's serious.
So why did you chuck me down the stairs?
Because I lost the plot. I felt at times you were taking it for granted.
What?
Everything we had.
How can you say we're taking it for granted? Like, take America, for instance. In my opinion, the reason we were dropped by the label is because of how you and Jay behaved. And we were platinum in the States, and we were going to actually smash the States. But
can I just
there
say...
was two obnoxious, no offence, but obnoxious people that pissed off big bods in America.
So what did you do wrong through the band? Were you perfect?
I wasn't an angel, but I would say I didn't cause us anywhere near as much shit.
Was you never obnoxious?
Why are you all of a sudden doing that? Give it to me. What have you got? Go on, what's your problem?
I'm taking all the fucking flack for Jay.
You're not taking flack,
I
Sean.
might as well fucking speak
You're
with
the
a
one,
warrant and
hang on a
accent.
second.
He's not here.
You're the one
Anyway,
sat there going,
it's
we
from
need to get
Aldershot.
all this out,
Let's
we
get it
need to
right.
talk about it, but then as soon as we start talking about it, you go, I'm taking all the flack.
Well, you're fucking walking around like you've got some halo on you, like, oh, I was angelic me.
No,
I did fuck all me.
No, I didn't say that.
You're bullshitting.
Go on. What am I bullshitting
It's kicking
about?
up.
What is going on here? Will
I
you
think
two
Sean-
calm down?
I think Sean's had one too many.
Oh, can we all just fucking
listen,
chill
if
out?
everyone
My
is-
God,
Let me get
honestly, it's just taking
Shut your cake
6
up.
hours.
Because nobody
6
lets anyone
hours and we're
fucking
back
speak. Nobody lets
already?
anybody speak. Shut
You
up
don't
and
ever
let
let anyone
finish what he's
speak.
saying. Let him finish what he's saying.
Sean, it's all good, man. It's all in the past. Abs, good to see you. Let's have a beer.
Do you know what I feel? Overwhelmingly, like fucking Jay's missing, man.
Well, because he is.
That's what I'm saying.
He's not here.
I'm feeling it, though. I'm gonna have a problem with the fifth member. I'm gonna have a problem with the fifth member.
Like, I don't want any other punk in the band, and I don't want him just to be some punk that is just gonna fill the space temporarily.
If we have to get another member, I don't think we should go for these X Factor runner-ups, ex-members of bands.
I mean, everyone's really negative about this extra member thing. Like Rich, you know, almost I can see in his eyes, he just doesn't even believe in it, doesn't want it to happen.
I'd much rather it just be the four of us, because I think we could do it.
We'll call 5. We're fucked here. Just because of our name.
We need to get up in the morning fresh and start looking for this new member. If we don't find him, we're going to carry on our search and try and find the dude that filled Jay's shoes.
What about 4, but spelt with a 4?
The fact that we're all in the same room is amazing. So it's happening. It really is happening.
Coming up, temperatures rise when Kerry rejoins the Kittens.
Are you gonna commit completely to it?
As far as I'm concerned, this isn't my band anymore.
Don't spit your dummy out. Yeah, this reunion could open a Pandora's box.
And 5 start the hunt for the new Jay.
I was put in the band just for being a model, really.
Would you sing for us today?
No.
In 1999, Atomic Kitten's pneumatic pop anthems won an army of fans. With the band on the cusp of mega success, Kerry jumped ship. Undeterred, Atomic Kitten carried on with a new member, reaching #1 in the charts and 10 million record sales before departing via pop's great Cat Flap in 2004. Tonight, after 12 years, the original lineup is meeting at Tash's house as a band for the first time since Kerry said, "See ya."
Will we gel? Will the chemistry work? You know, there's a lot of things that could possibly not work.
It's all really happening. I'll be honest, I was in the car thinking, do I want to be doing this again? Oh well, I'm here now. Let's crack on. Are you darling?
Long time no see. There's something in the back of my mind that's saying, you know, with Kerry coming back into the band, will the dynamics change? Will things be different between me and Tash? I don't think I'd be human if I didn't think that.
Liz and Tash are now friends, but back in 2004 when the band split, the fallout was nuclear.
And I just pulled the girls into the room and said, I'm leaving. And that is it, you know, I'm not well.
Tash was suffering from postnatal depression, but at the time, the others didn't know how bad her illness was.
I felt so much anger towards her at the time for wanting to quit on us.
They were young, they hadn't had kids, they didn't understand what I was going through, but I just felt like there was no one there to support me.
It's funny because as soon as I realised it was postnatal depression, the guilt overwhelmed me.
I think me and Liz reconnected when I moved back to Liverpool. Kind of put to bed any crap we had with each other, and it's amazing what you can cure over a bottle of Pinot Grigio.
She is one of my, since leaving the band, one of my best friends.
You want a leg in the wing as well?
No, I really want to skip. Oh, it reminds me of the Woods Boss.
Liz is still a regular on stage and TV.
Please welcome Liz McClannon.
And has made time to pursue her culinary passions.
Smells amazing.
Tash has settled in the country with her 3 boys and husband Riyadh. Together, they've a thriving chain of coffee shops around the UK.
It's like all wooden, kind of shabby chic.
I mean, I'm creative director, so my input is at the beginning of a lot of projects, you know, picking decors, kind of the interior design.
The girls can exchange lols now, but having felt alienated by Tash and Kerry's bond the first time round, Liz knows how fickle friendships can be.
Getting Atomic Kitten back together, I think I'm most worried about losing my friendship with Tash, now that we've rebuilt it so much. I'm going to be watching like a hawk for a certain relationship forming.
Yeah, this reunion could open a Pandora's box. We're opening up ourselves, me and Liz, you know, to Kerry, to, you know, come back and, OK, it is a very bizarre situation, but I think she's very nervous. Like we're atomic kitten.
So you know what I find it's really weird? You girls have done this for, you know, what, you carried on for 4 years. And the good thing is I did leave because you went massive.
That must have been tough though.
You know what? I think at that moment in time, well, I wasn't ready for it. I was, I was breaking down. I was like, I didn't want that side of it. Especially, I mean, I left in, what, 2001?
You abandoned us, bitch.
I did abandon you.
You said to me, I'm leaving. I don't want to do it no more. And you were crying. You were crying to me. You're like, I can't do it no more, Tash. But don't tell no one. And I was like...
Oh, don't tell the other one.
No, she was like, you can't tell no one. And when you ran out the car that day and was sobbing your eyes out, as much as I adored you and loved you and wanted you to stay, I was like, look, Liz, we'll get through this. And you know what? I meant it. I felt it. I hadn't worked all my life from the age of 12 for it to stop then, just as it was getting good. I thought, nah, we're going to get through this.
I think the way you said it as well, I was like, oh, okay. I believe that.
It just made me realise you saying you were sat in the car and you were giving her a hug, and I thought, shit, you know, you're my baby girls.
The kittens carried on, but once Kerry left the band, her chaotic private life was like catnip to the tabloids.
From being in Atomic Kitten and then marrying a Westlifer, you know, there's going to be a lot of media attention on you. That was just quite difficult to handle, I guess. The public see us as this perfect golden couple, and in reality, it wasn't. The marriage didn't break down. Brian had cheated. It was all in the papers, and oh, it was awful.
Her home life had gone west, but her career was about to take off in a new direction. In the distance was the promise of a kangaroo bun sandwich.
Got offered I'm a Celebrity to get me out of
It is.
I knew it'd be me. I won the jungle, which is a massive thing for me. So we gave the marriage another go. And, you know, we had our baby, you know, pretending we were all dead happy.
But their relationship was beyond repair.
He left me. He got with somebody else, and that absolutely destroyed me. It made me feel a failure as a wife, as a woman, and as a mother.
A single mum and desperate for cash, the former Queen of the Jungle and ex-Princess of Iceland embraced the tabloids, but on her terms.
The OK magazines that I do and reality TV shows that I do, that's work for me. I have to earn money to keep my head above water, put food on the table and give my kids a great education.
But living under the microscope soon took its toll. Her second marriage was falling apart and she turned to drugs.
I was so devastated from my first divorce that I thought, you know, I can't handle another divorce again. I've got to work at this, and unfortunately, drugs came hand in hand. Cocaine then becomes your bestest friend in the world. It's the only thing that's going to pick me up, and it listens to my problems. Fortunately enough, I had an opportunity to go away to boot camp for a photo shoot, and as simple and as stupid as it sounds, exercise, it changed my life. I've been clean 3 years in January.
She finally kicked the drugs, only to face an even bigger hurdle.
I was diagnosed with an illness called bipolar back in 2005.
And it didn't take much probing from a certain Mr. Schofield for her problems to become public.
It don't seem right to me sitting here now. I mean, your speech is a bit slurred. I mean, how are you feeling now?
When they said your speech is slurred, Kerry, I said that's probably because I had my medication late last night. I have an illness called bipolar.
I've got it with me. It's 150 milligrams of chlorpromazine.
Yeah. It seems that, I mean...
Now, this is going to be made into a huge big publicity thing.
Only because I am merely pointing out what everybody watching... Our phone has already gone in the gallery from people up in ITV who've said, is she OK?
After reaching an all-time low, Kerry bounced back, and she's now found stability in her life with her disorder.
My psychiatrist said to me, let the public know you've had a drug problem. Even let them know you've had a drink problem. Don't let them know you've got mental health issues, because they will not understand it. And one thing I want to say to all of you, whoever you're working with, for those who have these issues or anything, no matter how low you get in life, you can always get yourselves back up again. Thank you for having me.
With Kerry stepping back into the band after a 12-year break, it might be a while before the threesome feel whole again.
I think on a personal level for me, this is a big It's a challenge for me because my confidence has been completely stripped. Massively.
You've got to get over that.
Well, I know that's why I'm here.
You've got to be Atomic Kitten.
As far as I'm concerned, this isn't my band anymore. I'm really grateful.
It's really, really important now to start thinking as a band. You can't think, oh, that's the two girls and I'm just like having a bit of a crack.
Are you gonna commit completely to it? I know you've got kids, and I'm not saying in that sense, you know, because when we were younger, we committed our whole lives. It's gonna be different now. But I mean, can you mentally commit yourself to it?
If you are feeling overwhelmed or anything like that, can't spit your dummy out and say, oh, I can't do it, that's it, you know.
I understand you probably would have that fear.
We've got to be able to talk with each other.
I think that we have to now this
time. So if you think I'm a bitch, you've just got to tell me that I'm a bitch.
I will definitely do that.
They're joking now, but having Kerry back is a reminder of the bad old days when Liz felt she was excluded by the other two.
We've got a real connection now, and I don't want to lose that.
I don't want us to go back there.
Well, that is really no, don't be, because I think we're, you know, this is our.
Why?
No, I'm worried that it would change the dynamics of our relationship.
It won't.
I could see the worry in Lizzie's eyes when she said to Tash, you know, I'm scared. I don't want to lose what we've built up. I'm not a threat.
And you're a bit worried that something will change between us.
We've all got our little quirks. You'll do my heading, I'll do your heading, and vice versa.
But we've got to say,
you know, it's about letting things go, telling each other to shut up when we're being drama queens.
I don't think that's going to be as much this time around.
No, it won't. No. But it won't.
How do you two feel about going back on stage together?
It's the singing. It's the singing. We've all got rhythm, and the dance routines were never challenging. It's the singing.
If I was to do a dance routine like we did when I was in the band back in the day, I'd have to stop halfway through for a sick.
Do you know what? Now talking, we've got a bond. That bond is there, which is great. But will that translate on stage? Will it translate in a picture? How are we going to look, the three of us?
I've been juicing for 30 days, so I'm not the fat one.
Shut up.
I'm now officially, again, Atomic Kitten.
I think there's a long way to go before you can call yourself a band.
Coming up, 5 do their best Simon Cowell impersonations.
Let's stay together.
Yeah, you can sing high and stuff, but it didn't have any tone to it or any,
We don't agree on much, do we? So why are we going to agree on this?
And the Kittens are back.
This is it, bring it on!
It's exciting!
Over me, please.
It's 7 a.m. and the girls are up for a photo shoot. After meeting last night, this is the first official outing as Atomic Kitten, and it looks like it's business as usual.
Morning.
Morning, you okay?
It's a
bit early for this.
Morning, people!
Oh, I can hear Kerry. She's very chirpy.
Good morning, my little kitty.
Are you ready?
This is it, bring it on!
The girls haven't done publicity together as a three-piece since Kerry quit 12 years ago.
Good day, a bit hormonal, looking like Nora Batty, standard.
We're doing a photo shoot, we're having our hair and makeup done, we're going to get like in really nice clothes and really excited.
But it looks like the claws are starting to come out.
Major fail on my part. I should have gone straight into styling, bagsied a few outfits. Now the girls are raiding the rails and I'm panicking a bit.
Funnily enough, I knew Tash would be thinking that, you know, that is so standard Atomic Kitten. That's what happens, one goes into hair, one goes into makeup, and then one looks at clothes.
It's definitely official. People are going to see the pictures now. It's exciting. Unfortunately, we were against the clock because Kerry had to run off and, you know, go and do her things, so it was stressful. but it definitely went well.
Tash and I have got the rest of the day to ourselves, so we're going to go and have a little drink in their new bar.
While the girls enjoy most of their life back in the cat race, the boys from 5 are confronting a J-shaped hole after he pulled out of the big reunion. Scott and manager Chris have cherry-picked from the best of the 5 hopefuls. They have to persuade the others they can find a 5th member. Today, the lads have turned into a quartet of cowls to audition the top 3.
How's this dude turning up?
I don't know. You better not be late.
Yeah, he better not be late.
Well, why is that it?
What? Well, because we're never late. We're on time, we're on the ball. He's got a show, he's got to turn up, no sleep and piss. We'll go, you're in.
First up is musician and model Dan Coursey, best remembered for his journey with the boy band Northern Line.
So how long were you in the band for?
I think I was the first member to join.
Right.
So I was in it for 3 years. I mean, I was put in the band just through being a model, really.
So I think they categorised you as like the pretty boy.
I think they did then. Yeah. I wasn't put in the band for singing. I just thought I brought something different.
But you can sing, though. You can.
I can hold a note with people. Not Mariah Carey.
Would you sing for us today?
What, on my own? No.
No.
I'll sing with the rest of you and harmonise, but I'm not standing up and we wish you a Merry Christmas. Do you know what I mean? I just look an idiot.
No.
I mean, we want to meet up again later.
Yeah.
Not today, but another time. If you think I'm any good to come and hang out with you, then we'll do it.
Well, no, we
do it
appreciate
then,
what
but
you've said. You know, cheers, man. Thank you very much.
Got a good career DJing. Thought I'd come and see what it was all about. I've seen it. It's up to them now.
It's obviously a bit disappointing that he said he don't sing, but he was honest. He said like he sings a bit, he could harmonise and that, which is maybe all we need.
It doesn't have to be Pavarotti, but like, he's got to be able to sing.
Next is musician and model Luke Boyden, another industry veteran.
What's your background like? Have you done something before?
Yes, I've been involved in a couple of bands before, but for whatever reason, it hasn't materialised at the end of the day.
And what's your thing like? You vocalists, like you're obviously the singer and stuff.
Yeah, I've always been a sort of soul boy, really. I'm into my old school Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, fan of you boys back in the day, your NSYNC.
Would you want to sing for us today?
I can do.
I pretended I'm glad you went away. The pain is real, growing more every day. Now I'm dying inside, and nobody knows it but me. No, no, I can see it so clearly, but you're no way around.
A little bit sort of nervous coming into it. Obviously, the guys have been there, done that, sold a lot of records. If the call came, there'd definitely be 4 guys I'd get on with, I think.
Basically, Scott, you love him, don't you?
The reason why I liked him,
He was
a nice guy, he was humble, he appreciated it, he sang well. Did you like him?
I liked him as a nice guy, but is it just a nice guy we want? Like, these do my head in, but it's good. But when he was talking, I felt like I was having counselling, and I felt so calm and so at ease, which is nice. It'll make it a very nice tour, but there's no spark. So
With the camp split on Luke, it's time for the last hopeful, Nathan Rawlings. This musician might not be a model, but he does look familiar.
I went into X Factor 2010, got to the judges' houses, and then picked up management. 18 months on the road, toured with a few people, got let down, and now I'm back to work.
Yeah, right.
Simple as that.
Can I ask you to sing a cappella?
Do we still want to hear you sing?
Sing a verse and chorus a cappella. Yeah. Right.
Let's stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad, happy or sad.
Thank you. I think I could fit into 5. They're good lads at my age, seem to have a bit of a something going on, so you never know.
Top bloke. Really nice guy, brilliant voice. I mean,
sang really well.
Yeah, he can sing high and stuff, but it didn't have any tone to it or any. Yeah, again, I start thinking about when you're on stage and you're holding your own, is it strong enough? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
I got feeling when he sang. And I think that, you know, as it's music, that matters.
We don't agree on much, do we? So why are we going to agree on this?
Where are we after you know, today?
Nathan and Luke would be on my shortlist. No offence to the other guy.
He didn't even want to do it.
No.
He wasn't interested.
It's safe to say that I think we'll probably continue this process.
This is something for the longevity of the band. It's got to be right. This is not just we'll just fill a gap. Everyone in this band has got to be happy with that decision. This process could take a lot longer than we want it to.
Next time on The Big Reunion, Kerry's 9th life as a kitten is littered with challenges.
We've got Liz and Tash, and they're going, no, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. So I'm just in the background going, hello.
More bands revisit their years in the pop wilderness.
Maybe like, well, he obviously doesn't give a shit anymore. You couldn't even stand up. What drugs was you doing? Cocaine. Look at you.
And the Five Boys are partying like it's 1999.
Just getting warmed up, mate. Just getting warmed up.
Blimey, the drama. Well, look.